So let's take a look at applying this this framework to an actual case study. And this is similar to it's what we're going to be talking about is the compilation of clients that I've worked with, and we've applied the energy level with them, and I've had a chance to kind of learn from them. And so we'll sort of apply the framework to this case study. This is fictional. Let's take Laura. She's 49 years old. She's a former director of operations and strategy, pretty senior level role. As of in recent times, she was laid off from a large IT company. She was doing well, not always feeling like she was recognized or seen, but she was making it work. And so the layoff was kind of a hard hit for her. And she's now been seeking employment for 8 months. So let's apply the framework. Level 1 of the framework is victim energy. And I would love a volunteer now from the group to read what is on this slide, to give folks an idea of what it's like to be in victim energy level 1 victim energy. If there's a volunteer, I would love it. And if you could, you just have a little fun with this, read from a victim energy perspective. And so put some of that energy into this paragraph here. I'll give it a moment. Who would love to volunteer? Super easy to do. Just read what's on the slide. You can get a little acting in.
We could pick someone and then they would really be a victim.
Ah, that's a good point, Ron.
It looks like Deborah's volunteered.
Oh, Deborah, fantastic.
What was I thinking? How on earth can I compete with the younger job market? There is no way I'm going to even find a job at this age. Why even bother?
Thank you, Deborah. That is excellent. That is victim energy level 1. Now, most of you on the call today are probably not resonating at this level because you're here, you're spending your Monday night learning something new, learning something that's going to pull you forward towards your goals. But this happens quite a bit, and it happens to all of us at some point, right? But the hope is that we don't stay here for very long. So now let's look at level 2, anger energy. This is a little step better than victim energy, but still, it's got some of that catabolic resonance. Catabolic again, it's like that sort of deconstructive, hurtful energy. So can I get another volunteer here to read from an anger energy perspective? Super easy to do. Deborah, she demonstrated it so well. So who's next?
I can do it. This is Valerie.
Excellent, Valerie. Hello, my friend.
Hello. Okay, so this is level 2, anger energy. What is the problem with these people? I submitted my application a while ago and haven't heard anything. Oh, and don't even get me started on the information interviews I requested. I haven't heard anything. I'm going to follow up again. It's so annoying. People want to help, but then they don't get back to me. Don't people know how important this is?
Yeah. So level 2 is all about trying to sort of force things to happen. You know, like Valerie, while I have you on, if someone were experiencing this anger energy, and they were trying to get people to kind of follow up with them, like, oh, these people told me they would follow up with me. I sent them requests for information interviews. They haven't followed up. What action might this person take from an anger perspective? Stretching you a bit.
Yeah, let's see here. What might they do?
I can help you out a little bit.
Yeah.
They might send more follow-up emails, consistent follow-up emails.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm thinking there too, that would be harassment is somewhat of a strong word, but
Yeah,
it would be
but
borderline, borderline badgering and just going all in.
Going
and
all in.
really, and really taking wrong direction and not focusing properly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's a comment, Ron, and I saw it go from 7 to 8, just making sure.
Denise commented, I am feeling this strongly.
Ah, yeah. Thank you, Denise, for your vulnerability and honesty. And I promise you, we've all been there. We've all experienced that frustration, that anger. All right, let's move on to level 3.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
One
yes.
other, one other comment. If you go back to level 2, one thing that struck me was this question at the very end. Don't people know how important this is? So my question would be, important to whom? How
Exactly.
can you make it important to them to
Exactly.
respond?
Oh, Milry, you are so advanced. You're always moving up a couple of slides. You're right. You're absolutely right. It's the self-centeredness, right? And when you're in that moment of frustration, it's hard to see yourself that way. It's hard to see yourself as someone who's self-centered, but that's sort of the energy you're giving out. Okay. Level 3 is responsibility. Let's get a volunteer here. Milry, why don't you read this?
Sure. I guess I'll just have to make the most of this situation. It is what it is. My hopes aren't too high. I'm not going to let that stop me from moving forward with the job search.
So folks, this is obviously an improvement from level 1 and 2, right? So now you're moving more into sort of the anabolic resonance, the more sort of slightly positive thinking. Your intuition is likely opening up for more inspired action. Level 3 is about owning responsibility for how things are interpreted and your role in making things better for yourself. You're taking that responsibility. You're still acknowledging that maybe you're not fully certain that things are going to work out. In fact, you're pretty sure things are probably not going to work out, but you still feel this drive for forward momentum. Let's go to level 4. Caregiver. Who's a volunteer? Easy peasy. All you need to do is read. Ron, why don't you go ahead and do it?
All right. I'm trying to lean into my self-compassion and take care of myself so I can feel nourished and fulfilled. And that will help me show up better at networking events and job interviews.
Yeah. So can you feel that this is sort of moving up the food chain here? This is about caring, giving, and helping, caring for yourself and caring for the people that you may be networking with, caring for the organizations. And Millie, you talked about moving away from that self-centeredness, which often happens in level 2. But when you're at level 4, you then start thinking from the perspective of the people that you want to influence in some way. You start thinking from their perspective. Let's go to level 5. This is a solution-focused energy. Do we have any volunteers? No pressure.
I can do it.
Yeah, hi, Jamie.
Hi there. I was waiting for the shortest one, so here we
All
go. This is pretty
right.
short. Every roadblock is an opportunity. How can I get creative when obstacles show up, and what can I learn?
Yeah, yeah. So roadblocks in this instant may be, this person didn't get back to me, for an information interview like they said they would. How might I get creative? Maybe I can check out their LinkedIn post and find something that I might be able to help them with and put that in my follow-up email to them for an information interview. Or what did I learn from the folks that didn't write back? Can I potentially produce my emails for information interviews differently? So you're looking at obstacles as opportunities to learn. And at level 5 energy is where your motivation to continue moving forward, in particular for some of the larger goals, that's when the motivation is fully present to get you through to the finish line. And by the way, level 5 energy is energy where you see some of the great CEOs, or some of the CEOs that you hear of. You may not think they're great, but they are certainly CEOs of top companies, so they're doing something. CEO of Google, Apple. Some of the research that my school did is that a lot of these folks, they average at level 5 more often than not. And this is where this is the energy that a lot of those successful people demonstrate. They're operating generally at a level 5. And for me, as a coach and someone who's ambitious, it's really great to know that, right? It gives us something to sort of work towards. That these folks, that's sort of where they reside. So let's look at the final 2. This is the visionary and the intuitive energy. And happy to take a volunteer, or I can read this.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm confident that my new job will serve the needs of the organization while fulfilling my life and career. It will all work out as it's supposed to.
Yeah, because you've got that sort of alignment, right? That inner knowing that like you're applying for the right types of jobs. You've done your due diligence. They line up with your greater vision in life, and that you're doing everything that you can to keep the momentum for the job search going. And it's just a matter of time. And everything that is happening along the journey to finding that ideal job is a gift. It's a gift to learn, to hone your craft better. And the irony of it is, because energy entrains, and what I mean by that is that your energy has the ability to influence people around you. It has the ability to manifest outcomes to some degree. That when you're operating in some of these higher level anabolic levels, you're getting those information interviews quicker. You're getting job offers quicker, because you're just in this sort of detached state of mind that people are really resonating with. And I love to see that in action. I've seen that countless times with me and with my clients. And let's take a look at the very last level. This is the absolute passion energy, the highest level. And I'm happy to read this so that we can move along pretty quickly. I am a powerful creator, and I can create any experience of my ideal new job that I desire in the moment. Now, 6 and 7 are generally levels of energy that you don't see too frequently on a sustained basis. We can feel absolute passion energy when we're doing things like meditating, where you're really, really connecting sort of with your inner self. And the more that you can engage in mindful practices like meditation, the more that you can experience some of the level 6 and the level 7 energy. And so these are some of the things that I sort of prescribe to my clients. But you don't always need to do mindfulness practices, but it is really helpful to access 6 and 7 energy. And so there you have it, folks. The 7 levels of energy as applied to Laura, who's 49 years old and has been looking frustratingly for a new job for 8 months.